32 races, 343 days, no wins. For most drivers, that kind of stretch would signal disaster. It would raise questions about their future, shake sponsor confidence, and send critics rushing to write off their careers. In NASCAR, a drought like that can quickly turn into a full-blown crisis. But Kyle Larson is not most drivers. This is a two-time Cup Series champion, a 3-2-time race winner, and a driver many believe is one of the most naturally gifted talents ever to compete in stock car racing. And this weekend, as the series heads to Kansas Speedway, Larson returns to the very place where his current winless streak began. The same track where he last celebrated in Victory Lane. The same track that now offers him the chance to end it all. The question has never been whether Kyle Larson has the ability to win again. That much is beyond doubt. The real question is whether everything will finally come together when it matters most. To understand the significance of this streak, you have to look beyond the surface. A casual observer might hear 32 races without a win and assume Larson is struggling. That would be completely misleading. Since his last victory at Kansas on the 4th of May 2025, Larson has still accomplished something most drivers spend an entire career chasing. He won another championship. He fought through the playoff pressure, outperformed every rival, and captured his second Cup Series title in Phoenix. So yes, the winless streak is real. But so is the championship trophy sitting in his collection. That's what makes this story so complicated. Because while Larson can point to a title as proof of his greatness, NASCAR does not allow anyone to live off last season's success. The sport is relentless. It moves forward with no regard for what happened yesterday. And in 2026, Larson has not looked like the unstoppable force fans have grown used to seeing. After the opening 8 races, he sits 9th in the standings. Just one top 5 finish, a 3rd place result at Phoenix, and 4 total top 10s. For most drivers, that would be respectable. For Kyle Larson, it feels underwhelming. Hendrick Motorsports has also lacked the dominance many expected this year. Joe Gibbs Racing has controlled much of the early season narrative, while Hendrick has spent more time reacting than leading. Chase Elliott delivered the organization's only win so far at Martinsville, while Larson has repeatedly shown speed but failed to close. And that pattern has become the defining theme of his season. Bristol was the clearest example. Larson won both stages. He led 284 of 500 laps. He had the strongest car for most of the race and looked destined for victory. Then everything unraveled. A late caution changed the strategy. Ty Gibbs stayed out on older tires. Larson came to pit road, and the race flipped in an instant. He restarted deeper in the pack, fought his way forward, but could not catch Gibbs in the final laps. Another missed opportunity. Another race where he was good enough to win but didn't. That has been the story of this streak. The problem has never been speed. It has been execution. Mistimed strategy calls, restart setbacks, and unpredictable cautions have repeatedly stolen races that seemed within reach. In a sport as unforgiving as NASCAR, being dominant for 400 laps means nothing if the final 20 do not go your way. Larson has lived through that reality over and over. And while frustration would be understandable, he has remained composed. No blame, no excuses. When asked about the long stretch without a win, Larson responded with perspective. He admitted it feels strange to realize nearly a year has passed, but also pointed out that celebrating a championship in Phoenix felt like a victory in itself. More importantly, he acknowledged the challenge. He reminded everyone that this series is incredibly tough, and while winning may have looked easy at times in the past, it never truly was. That mindset says everything. This is not a driver defeated by circumstance. This is a competitor still searching for the next breakthrough. And now comes Kansas. If there is one place that can change the story, it is this one. In 22 career starts at Kansas Speedway, Larson has earned 3 victories and maintained an average finish of 12.1. But it is the spring race that matters most. That event has consistently suited his strengths. The track rewards smooth control, patience over long runs, and an ability to manage tires without sacrificing speed. Those are qualities Larson has mastered. 1 year ago, he dominated here. And now, 1 year later, he returns with a chance to rewrite the narrative. There is undeniable symbolism in that. The drought began at Kansas. Perhaps it ends there too. Oddsmakers certainly believe he has a strong chance. While Denny Hamlin and Christopher Bell enter the weekend as leading favorites, Larson remains firmly among the top contenders. And for good reason. If Hendrick Motorsports can deliver the right setup and execute a clean race strategy, Larson has every tool needed to challenge for the win. But it will not come easily. Tyler Reddick has been exceptional throughout 2026 and currently leads the standings. Denny Hamlin remains one of the smartest and most dangerous veterans in the garage. Christopher Bell continues to show both speed and confidence. The field is stacked. The pressure is real. But pressure has never been something Kyle Larson fears. This is a driver who has conquered crown jewel races, captured championships, and built a reputation for delivering when expectations are highest. He races because he loves competition. He thrives in moments where others hesitate. And when the spotlight intensifies, he has a habit of reminding everyone exactly who he is. That is why Kansas feels different. Because this is more than another race. It is a turning point. A chance for redemption. A chance for a champion to reassert himself. For months, the number 5 team has worked tirelessly to find the missing piece. They have adjusted, analyzed, and believed that the breakthrough was just around the corner. This weekend, every sign suggests that moment may finally arrive. 32 races is a long time to wait. 343 days is a long time to go without standing in victory lane. Great drivers do not stay quiet forever. And when Kyle Larson wins again, it may not be just a single victory. It could be the beginning of another run. Kansas may be the spark. And if that happens, the rest of the Cup Series should be paying very close attention. Because the defending champion is coming. And this Sunday at Kansas Speedway, the wait may finally be over.